Hello everyone, it is officially fall and it is so beautiful. Fall is definitely one of the best seasons, especially here in Maine, which is in New England if you are not familiar. And it is just so beautiful and the weather is perfect. But with fall, that also means, and other than the few things in the fall garden that can handle light frosts, the garden is pretty much done and I've been cleaning up. Productivity has kind of been halted a little bit though, unfortunately. This past week sickness has just kind of gone through the household, so I haven't gotten as much done as I wanted to. But today I am going to try to finish at least taking up the tomatoes. I have half of them done. But why that is more of a bigger process than it may seem is because not only am I pulling up all the tomatoes and then having to move the tomato plants into the pit, but also all the good tomatoes on it I want to use. So any of them that are ripe are going to get cooked into whatever I'm going to make and canned up. And I've been making stuff with the green tomatoes as well. What I did with a lot of the last ones is I made a bunch of relish, like 13 pints, I think, of relish. So that's good. It turned out really good. I definitely have a lot of green tomatoes because all of my tomatoes are indeterminate, so they would just keep growing and growing and putting out fruit indefinitely if the frost wasn't coming. So I definitely want to try to use as much of the tomatoes, ripe or green or any of them, as I can. Some of them are definitely just getting put in the compost, but that's okay too. That still builds up the soil. Because like I've mentioned in another video, I want to try to get things cleaned up a little earlier. It's because of my setback, it's going to be not that much earlier than maybe usual, but a little bit earlier so that I can try to get the beds and soil moved to spots that they're actually going to be in next year, because I'm going to reconfigure the gardens a little bit in hopes of putting more beds. So yeah, that is the agenda. I'm going to do pulling up the rest of the tomatoes, hopefully. I also have to harvest the beans that I left on the plants for seeds, so I'll have to do that too. But yeah, the hope is to get a lot done cleanup wise for the garden. That's the part of gardening that might not be talked about as much because gardeners, myself included, of course, love the planting and starting seeds and the harvesting, but part of that is also the cleanup. Unless you live somewhere that has a 4-season growing season, and even in that case, things are going to have their cycles, but pretty much everywhere you have to do some cleanup and some, maintenance around the garden. So it's not as glamorous, it's not as beautiful as the, aesthetic garden pictures of the harvests and things like that, but it has to be done and it's part of it, and I couldn't ask for a better background, probably, because the leaves are changing, the acorns are falling, and it is perfect weather-wise. It has been in the low to slightly mid 60s, which is actually my favorite temperature. My favorite temperature is a temperature where, you can get away with maybe a t-shirt, but something a little bit more long sleeved is comfortable as well, and just that temperature is just perfect. So, but with that, I better stop sitting and start getting something done. So, let's get going.
We met at a moment when my world was up in smoke and yours was all about the past, and all you carried on your back, it was so heavy until you met me. And we made up a language so our words can finally match with what we're feeling for each other. Change our names so we can call on one another. No one gets me like you do. When I'm with you, the smoke begins to fade. When not so special, Dee, but I found you in the desert like a pond of living water where I rest my running thoughts. I think you saved me. Didn't even know my throat was so dry. And you think so little of yourself, but lately if you saw the things I see in you, you'd know that there's no better place in all the world than with you. And everybody knows when I'm with you, my thoughts can take a break. When I'm with you, I think I found my place. Oh, when I'm with you, I'm ready for the ride. I hope you know I love you. I love you with my life. I hope you know I trust you. I trust you with my life. Come tell me a lie, 'cause I've been uncomfortable. No compass, no guide, and so I just fall apart. My chemicals, my flammable heart, miss the mark, can't get it right. Too much on my mind, too much. I overloaded, overwhelmed with everything I need to keep me happy. I've been getting distracted. I keep wasting my time telling everyone everything's fine. I'm feeling disconnected. Got my head in the clouds, but my dreams got its feet on the ground. And I keep searching for truth. Got the millennial blue. I want to find love. I don't think I have enough. My digital.
It has been quite a few days of just chugging away on cleaning up the garden, and we are in a good spot. The tomatoes are pretty much all taken up. I'm leaving a couple of the squash because they have some squash on them that are almost done, and next week I'm going to really be able to start, I think, moving beds around, moving soil around, trying to rearrange the garden in preparation for next season. But this has really just been a lesson that you can have plans and you can have all these things, but sometimes life just gets in the way. Everybody in the house has been sick except me because my immune system is fantastic because I don't wash my hands. I'm just kidding. But things in life just happen, things get in the way, and you can either, make the situation worse by getting down about it or feeling discouraged, or you can just make the most of it as always. I know for myself, I definitely consider myself pretty scrappy, pretty adaptable, but if I consider myself that way, then that means even I have to adapt to letting myself rest or take some time off, which I think we don't think about. We think, oh my goodness, we think that being adaptable just means being able to do a lot of hard work, which it does too. But it also means if the situation calls for you to do something else, change plans, you got to be able to make that work too and not get yourself down. So I definitely wanted to accomplish more and get more headway done for the garden, but other things happen, life happens, and I'm sure everybody can relate to that. So the lesson for this video is just roll with the punches, and remember that doesn't just mean doing more and having to adapt to harder situations, but that also means allowing yourself to stray away from the plans and just do what you need to do. And right now what I need to do is play tug with Ocatian. Wow. But let me show you a little bit what I was able to accomplish. So I managed to get all of the beautiful tomato hedge down and out for the most part. I gotta clean up some more in the wheelbarrow, put it out back. But then my goal for next week, hopefully, is to really clean up the rest of that. It's like a tomato graveyard in there. It's crazy. And then start moving that bed, so that long bed, my idea is I need to move it more forward because I realized I did not give myself enough of a walking space at all. And I basically had to forge out a path as if I was in the jungle, you know, making a new hiking route or something. It was pretty crazy. So I want enough room to actually be able to walk behind that bed next year. So that entire bed is shifting forward onto the lawn towards the house. Oh, also, how cool. So I got my popcorn, of course, and as a nice fall decor, I can use the corn stalks that I grew, which is really cool, especially because like the neighbors right next door bought corn stalks to decorate with, which is great and it looks really good. And I was like, I have my own corn stalks that I grew that I can decorate with. So that just adds another coolness factor. Oh, I wanted to show you guys. So weird. Let me know if you know why, right? But I planted strawberry popcorn corn. This is what it looks like. I know it is the only corn that I planted, right? On one of the stalks, I got this. Just one like this. And it looks like the same shape as the strawberry one, but it's like whitish yellow with some more yellowy ones in there. And I don't know, it looks like it's the same variety. Could it be just a plant albinism? I'm not sure. Or if you know why that is, let me know, because I thought that was so funny and so weird. Oh, also, my buttercup squash did grow. This is small. Not sure if I'll even be able to use it for food. And there's a couple more in there about this size. So it did grow. This was my experiment squash that, you know, had a really long kind of grow time for my climate. It was doable, but I wasn't sure. And they grew, but not sure quite if they grew enough. But definitely can be used for decor, for autumn decor, if nothing else. So that's really cool. But yeah, I'm going to finish up the video there just because, like I said, busy, got a lot I'm trying to juggle right now, and it can be a little stressful, but it's okay. Just have to accept that there's different seasons in life, and you just have to balance different things, and it's okay to have to put things to the side, just have to navigate things a little different, not put as much effort into something as you may want to. It doesn't make you lazy, it doesn't make you anything, it just is how it is sometimes. But that is going to do it for me for this video. If you like this kind of content and would like to see more in the future, please consider subscribing to join this community of like-minded folk. I put out a new video every single Monday, and it's always about homesteading, just outdoorsy things, slow, simple, natural life. So I do hope you stick around. Leave a comment and a like if you're so inclined. And hopefully I will see you back here next week. Bye-bye.
And I keep searching for truth. Got them in